How do you source t-shirts and apparel products for your own brand that you can print on and sell in your business and your store? Let's find out. Hey, what's up everybody, and welcome back to the channel. If you're brand new here and we haven't met yet, my name is Kerry. I live here in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and I'm so glad to have you tuning in today on the channel and welcome you to the family. I created this channel to bring you the best strategies, secrets, and hacks to grow your online t-shirt, apparel, or print-on-demand business. And in today's video, we're diving into $2 t-shirts. Now, I'm kind of joking, but I'm kind of serious. We're diving into how to buy t-shirts, and not only t-shirts, but a lot of other products at wholesale prices. How do you source apparel and clothing items for your own brand that you can actually print on and then resell in your store or in your business? Now, quick disclaimer before we dive into this video. Today, we're not talking about print on demand. We're talking about if you are either screen printing yourself, or maybe you're doing heat transfer or press or something like that. Maybe you're printing them at home, or you're outsourcing them to maybe a local screen printer or a local embroiderer or whatever the case may be. It doesn't matter the print method, but we are not talking about print on demand. We're talking about you either printing yourself or maybe outsourcing them to a local printer. This is how you actually get the t-shirts at a super cheap price, or a lot of other apparel items, and that's what I want to dive into today. The first thing I want to cover today is there are really 3 items that you need for your business before you can order from these wholesalers. Okay, so this is very important. You're not going to be able to set up an account with these wholesalers or order your items at these super cheap prices unless you first have these 3 things. This is in most states in the United States. These may be called something a little bit different in your state. There may be some different laws in your state. So this doesn't apply to every single state, but the majority of states are going to need these 3 things. The first thing is obviously your LLC or your business license. So you're going to need to be a real business. You're going to need to have a tax ID number to be able to work with these wholesale companies. Okay, so that's number 1. You gotta have your LLC. Number 2, you're going to need a sales tax permit. Your sales tax permit is going to allow you to buy these items from these wholesalers without paying sales tax on them. Because you're buying product at cost and then reselling it, you don't have to pay sales tax on that because you're charging the sales tax to the customer when you actually sell the item later on. If you do not have a sales tax permit, some of these companies will not let you order from them. Some of them will let you order from them, but you're going to pay sales tax on the items that you order, and then you're gonna have to remit sales tax again later on when you actually sell the item. So it's kind of like double sales tax. So you want to make sure you have your sales tax permit. So number 1, LLC. Number 2, sales tax permit. The third thing that you need to work with these companies is this uniform sales and use tax resale certificate. Now this one's really confusing to me, and I've had a lot of students that get kind of confused with this because the way that it's the thing that it's called a certificate, makes you think that you need to go get this certificate from somewhere, but it's literally just a form that you fill out and then you submit that when you're setting up your account with the wholesaler. Now, as far as what this is for, it's really just you putting in your sales tax or your seller's permit right here for your state, and then you are classifying what your business is. So you're kind of just telling these companies what you do. Are you, just reselling them on your online website? Are you reselling them in a retail store? Or what are you doing with them? So you kind of just classify yourself here. You fill out this information, and you need to see there's a general description there. So you can kind of see description of your business. So it's just you kind of telling them what you do, a little bit about what your business is, and then saving this and submitting it when you set up your account with a wholesaler. So just a quick recap: LLC, tax ID, sales tax permit, and the uniform sales and use tax certificate. Hey, if you're enjoying this video today, please do me a quick favor. Just hit that like button. It's completely free to do. It just takes 1 second. So, zoom out of this video, clear out of this video, hit the like button, come back. That really helps us get this video out to more people, and it satisfies the YouTube algorithm. So please do us that favor, hit that like button, and also consider subscribing to the channel. We put out new helpful videos every single Tuesday, and we'd love it if you became a part of the Shirt School family here. Back to the content. Next up, where are these wholesalers? What are they? Well, the two that I'm going to talk about today are the two that I've used the most over the last 5 years or so, and that is SS Activewear and then Sanmar.com. There's quite a few of these wholesalers and places that you can, source your blank items. These are two of my favorites. SS Activewear to me is kind of like the Walmart of these wholesalers. It's really easy to use. They have probably the best website and they probably have the biggest selection, but they don't always have the best prices. So they have a lot of really cool stuff that you can get on SS Activewear and not quite as big a selection on Sanmar. You'll see a few other ones out there. There are, like I said, there are other places to source items, but these are just two of my favorites. So when you get to here, you're just going to want to set up a new account. You'll see an option to set up an account. I'm already logged into my accounts here, but when you set up your account, as we've talked about, you're going to need those 3 things that we talked about earlier. You're going to have to wait for approval. Okay, so you're going to submit all your stuff to them to set up an account, and usually it will take a few business days to get your account set up. You might even have a representative reach out to you from these companies and say, hey, I want to get some more information. What are you selling? It sounds really complicated. It's not that bad as long as your business is legit. Like, you got to have a legit business to be able to do this. So just keep that in mind if you're trying to just think you can get an account without verifying all your business details or whatever. That's not going to be the case. You're going to need to be a legit business, have all the proper documentation. And the reason why is because these are really cheap prices and there are a lot of rules around what you can do with these. Now, one thing I want to tell you about is the big thing that you want to avoid with these products, and that these companies don't want you doing with the products, is they don't want you ordering these blanks and then just reselling them with nothing printed on them. So like this sweatshirt right here, if I ordered this from SS Activewear and I just tried to mark it up and resell it, that is not allowed. So you don't want to do that. You have to print on the item. So with all that being said, let's actually look through what are some of these products and what are the prices kind of like. So if we go over here to brands on SS Activewear, I mean, it's crazy. It's some crazy stuff. Now, one of the things also to note is that not all of these, you're not able to order all of these. It's kind of interesting. There are some limitations based on your type of business. Now, if you're selling with an online business, which is what I sell for some reason, they have certain laws and different things around certain items that cannot be resold. Let me try to find an example of one of those. I know North Face, which I don't see on here, but in the past, North Face has been one of those. If we go over here, a lot of times Adidas might have those kind of restrictions around it. I don't see that on Adidas. Let's try Champion. Sometimes Champion is restricted. I've seen in the past. Nothing came up for Champion. So you just want to be careful of that. And they'll usually let you know if any of these brands, Calvin Klein may be one, that you may not be able to actually buy. You just want to be careful of that. And they will let you know. When you sign up, they'll actually let you know what brands you cannot actually buy and resell. But let's look through some of the more common brands, let's say of t-shirts, and to kind of give you a better idea here. So let's go over to Bell & Canvas, one I talk about on the channel all the time, and you can see what some of these prices are. So when you're talking about the 3001, this is the this is actually the I believe the tri-blend version, or I guess the Heather version, starting at $395 per t-shirt. If we go find the 3001, so this one right here, we can kind of look at what those prices are like. If we click on black, you're going to see, so $3.84. So this is a pretty good quality t-shirt at, $3.84 blank. Then you're going to need to print on it. So when you think about this in comparison to print on demand prices, ordering one of these Bell & Canvas from print on demand, from most print on demand, is going to run you somewhere in the range of like $9 to $13. So, it depends on how much you can get these printed for, but you can kind of see how much money you can save if you're doing it yourself. And there are so many brands in here. When we go over like Gildan, which is another common one, you're going to see some of the much lower price t-shirts like this one right here, the 5000, that you can get at $1.79. Now, usually a lot of times what you'll see is white will be cheaper than some of the other colors. In this case, it looks like white is a little bit cheaper. So $1.79 for this Gildan t-shirt, it's wild. That's a wild price. It is very, very low. And you'll see that there are a lot of other brands like that. When we talk about Fruit of the Loom or Hanes, if we go over to Hanes, you'll even see some pretty low prices here as well, $199, $295. If you look at some hoodies, so if we go, let's go to something a little bit more high end, maybe like Alternative, which is one that I really like. I wear a lot of Alternative stuff. We can see here some higher end stuff. This camo hoodie at $16.99, a sweatshirt at $13.60. These prices, what always gets me is like, even the higher end stuff, you see how you can make a really good profit because, take this, zip hoodie. If you're paying $16 for that, I mean, that can easily be a $60 or $70 hoodie. You've got some thinner type stuff. Like I love this camo. I love camo. If you've seen my videos, I wear camo all the time. Like this is something that I would order, and you're talking about, $12.95 for the camo one. You can see how you can make a lot of money off of this stuff. But again, it's not just t-shirts. You see some of the different things that are offered here, pants and leggings and short sleeve and all that kind of stuff. Let's take a look at maybe one other kind of category here to get an idea. Let's go over to backpacks. It's just kind of an interesting one. So you see here, look at this. Ordering an Oakley backpack, $33 is pretty cool. $40 on this camo, $29, and you're talking about a brand that is so well respected. We go down and look at Adidas backpack for $21.99, the Champion backpack. This is a popular one. $18 for a Champion backpack. You stick, a design on there and you resell that, and you can resell it for, $50 or more. You can resell it. So you can see you get pretty incredible prices. Let's pop over to Sanmar and let's take a look at Sanmar because you're going to see similar pricing, but some of the wholesale providers are going to have a lot of different brands. So that's another thing that you want to look at. You may have a couple of these. I think I've got 3 or 4 different accounts because some of these places offer different items. You see Nike on here. I believe Nike is one of the ones that that has some restrictions around it. But I mean, you can get Nike stuff on here. A lot of it's golf stuff, which is pretty cool. But let's go over and take a look at t-shirts and just see if we see really any difference in some of the products that we looked at. Bell and Canvas, so we go down to the 3001. This is the USA version, USA made version for $4.99. If we take a look at the overseas version, we're starting at $3.94. I think that was pretty on par. It's pretty close to what we had on SS Activewear. Our 3001, $3.84. It looks like it's, pretty much exactly the same. $3.84 on black. So anyways, we could kind of do this all day, but I do always look around a little bit and compare the pricing between these, companies. And again, you have bigger selection, smaller selection, but I do shop around a little bit. Another just quick tip is to always check that sales section on the wholesale website because they will clearance out or put things on sale from time to time. And so when you're ordering blanks, a lot of times you can find a really, really good deal. Like if we go to Bell and Canvas, we can see what's actually on sale. And sometimes you'll see closeouts, that are very, very attractive and allow you to pick up some blanks at a very good price. So always check the sales section. And you'll see that pretty much on any of these wholesalers, you'll see that sales section. So other than that, that's pretty much it. You find what you need here. You order it just like you would on any other website, and that's pretty much all there is to it. Now, a couple other things just for you to know. A lot of these wholesalers will have a credit card charge fee if you order with a credit card. So it is to your benefit to set up a bank account or some kind of transfer method to not pay those credit card fees. So that's something to know. And then also, most of the wholesalers will give you free shipping on all orders over $200. So why that's important is because when you're ordering these products in bulk, they're heavy packages. So if you order, let's say you put in an order for, 25 t-shirts and the cost is, $75. Well, it's pretty low cost, right? $75, but you might see shipping of $25 or $30 because that's a heavy package because you've got 25 t-shirts in there. So it's to your benefit to order more because you'll save that shipping on order of over $200, and to use some kind of bank account or some way of paying where you don't have those credit card fees on there. So that's pretty much all there is to it. I guess the last thing I would say is shipping times are very fast. They usually always, in my experience, I shouldn't say always, but most times it's overnight, especially if it's on a weekday. even if you pay the shipping or you get the free shipping over 200, if you order on a Monday, you usually get it on a Tuesday. So that's pretty good, right? They get it to you very quickly so you can get it printed and start selling quickly. So that's a huge deal. So it's pretty easy, pretty self-explanatory. The biggest thing is just getting those documents and getting your account set up correctly. Hey, do you have an e-commerce store and you're trying to figure out how to get more conversions and really upgrade your product pages and upgrade your store, learn how to write product descriptions, and really just upgrade everything you're doing in order to increase your sales and increase your conversions? We've recently put out a brand new program called Add to Cart Blueprint. It's a affordable program. It starts at $37. Some additional options you can add if you'd like, but it's based around our P4 framework that will help you upgrade your product pages and really optimize them for more conversions. So if you've got a store right now and you're seeing like 1% conversions, every 100 people that come to your store, you're making one sale, you might want to consider putting into practice our P4 framework in order to get that conversion rate to 2%, 3%, and maybe even more. So it's a really great program. We put a lot of work into it, and our students have been loving it and getting results from it. So you can go over to kerryegler.com/ATC to check out that program. Again, it's only $37. It's well worth the investment. Go check it out, and we'll see you next week.